When you're solving the quadratic equation using the quadratic formula, often you end up with a solution that looks like this, let's say, -2 plus or minus the square root of 24 all divided by 4. And I usually say in my question that you need to simplify your radical. What exactly does that mean? So this is your radical, square root of 24. What you need to do is find its factors so that it reduces when you take the square root. Okay, the factors of 24 are 4 times 6 or 2 times 12 and so on. The goal is for you to find the perfect square factors of 24. Okay, so 6 is 2 times 3 and within it there aren't any perfect squares. So the optimal way of breaking down 24 is 4 times 6 and you take the square root of 4, you get 2 and you're left with 6 under the square root. Let's try another problem. How about, so let's going back to this actually. You have -2 plus or minus 2 square root of 6 all over 4. And then you can either factor out the 2 from the top or you can split your fraction like so. So you get -1/2 because 2 goes into 4 2 times. And then here 2 goes into 4 2 times. And you can reduce your solution. Let's try a different question. Like, let's say you have the square root of 45. So clearly 5 goes into this, so it's 5 times 9, and that's a good way to break it up. 5 is prime, square root of 9 is 3. So in other words, if you think of it this way, right, in this format, 5 stays inside the square root, but 3 comes out as a square root of 9. So you wouldn't want to split up 45 as 3 times 15 because there aren't any perfect squares there. Instead, if you go and break this down further, you'd have 3 times 5, and then you'd look at pairs. So 3 squared is 9, and that's a better way to break it down. Okay, let's try one more. How about the square root of 72? The first thing that might occur to you here is that 72 is 9 times 8. And that's correct, and this is a perfect square. But 8 has a perfect square buried in it as a factor, which is 4 times 2. So you can break it down as 9 times 4 times 2. So the square root of 72 is the square root of 9 times the square root of 4 times the square root of 2. This is 3, this is 2, so this is 6 root 2. Now, as you get better at this, you might want to think about breaking down more efficiently. So the square root of 72, 2 goes into it. It's 2 times 36, and 36 is a perfect square. Its square root is 6, so you just get 6 root 2, which is the same as before. So hope that gets you a start. You can reach out to me if you have more questions.